Hello guys, welcome to episode 46 of our time with Orebro in this Journeyman save where we're trying to defeat Evil's Latan. I bet you've forgotten about that aspect of this. So we've come back at the, God knows what season we're on now, we're 2028. We've had a number of years here at Orebro. We've turned them round from a club that was pretty much out on their way out of this division to one that's now challenging at the top every year. So I'm really pleased with what we've done. We just haven't managed to move it on that final step and actually take the division title. But this is going to be the year. This is going to be the year. And if it's not, this is our final year at Orebro. That I've made that decision because I feel it's probably getting a little bit stale, and I don't want to end up just doing season after season here, getting third and fourth, which would be, it would be a huge achievement to have taken them to that position, but we need to be pushing on further than that. So unless we end up in the top two, we will be leaving. Let me know what you think about that. I've been sort of thinking about it for a little bit of time, and I've sort of I've decided not to each time, but I think it's the right time. I did have an interview offer with Nor Coping recently, so I am getting sort of the right level of jobs that are coming up, which is quite good. So I think I would be able to get a top job either here or in a different league in another country, and that's what we need to do. We need to win the league in the five countries within this Nordic region, and I hope to do that still. But I'm sort of very conscious we're in end of May and we're still in country number one. So let's push on. We can finish this, I think, but we just need to be tactical about it and not think with our hearts, think with our brains. As much as I love the idea of being in the local paper, this is about the YouTube channel, so we need to push on. But we got one last season, one last push with Orebro. So what have we done? Well, we've gone through the transfer window and we've bought in, we've let some players go. Let's have a little look at the players who have sadly moved on, the released players. So Nielsen, he has gone, no surprise there. Christiansen, the right midfielder, Icelandic right midfielder, very good player. I think we just moved past him. Kajal, he was going out on loan. We weren't going to play him. Bowman, he's okay. He is an okay player, but we need to be thinking better than that. He was getting older. He's not going to develop a lot. Opara's probably the biggest surprise here, but I think it makes sense in as much as the goalkeeping position, we've got a good Swedish goalkeeper and we've got a young backup. So I think that's fine. He would just take up one of the foreign spaces and he doesn't need to. And then Bjork, who is a fairly sort of nothingy player. Transfers, if we look at all transfers, so various players gone out on loan, as you can see there. A couple of players who have left. Olafsson, who was a youngster, he's not really going to make it. Icelandic player, no. This lad, this is a bit of a shame. Couldn't really do much about this. He looked like he could develop into something. The scouts don't seem to rate him. I'm not entirely sure why, but I think that must be current potential. But you look at, the potential that he does have. You feel he might have been someone you wanted to keep hold of, but he's gone off to Malmo, which is, it's what it is. We got a big chunk of money, and it's basically balanced the books to some degree, so we've not spent that much money. We bought just 4 players in, and I think we've done pretty well here. The transfer window isn't over, so expect to see probably a defender coming in to boost the ranks a little bit. So we've gone to Africa again. We bought a South African, Brian Kometsi. There is he for what was it? £250,000. I think this is a decent signing. He's going to add. He's certainly going to add something to that central midfield role. We've got Hadu, who's okay, and we might loan him out actually. His contract wasn't ending, which is why he's still here. But you look at a lot of the stats that he's got, they're either okay or really good. Things like teamwork, things like balance, natural fitness, all that sort of things. Concentration is a bit low, but look at the decision making. His determination isn't terrible either. So you feel he's got the ability to develop a little bit more. I'm happy with that. Decent free kick taker. He looks a fairly well-rounded central midfield player who can probably pick a pass out, who can probably beat a man and get in the right. But he's also got some sort of defensive stats in there that means that he will be able to win the ball back. So I think that's a pretty good signing. Now, you'll notice at the minute there is no Asamoah, and we did look to loan him back in, but we would have had to pay him £7,000 a week, which would have been a little bit much for us to cope with. So I have replaced him with this lad, Jeff Marquis. Let me know what you think about this guy. He's a 4-star player, 18-year-old Englishman from Tottenham. He has a finishing of 16, a technique of 16, dribbling of 12. I mean, that would be nice to improve that a little bit, because you imagine dribbling of maybe 14, 15, and the technique of 16. Ooh, that would be good. But he's fast. He's got, his concentration's a little bit low. That's fine. His positioning is a bit of a worry. But everything else looks pretty... I think he looks quite good. I think he's a very able replacement. As you can see, he's already scored 3 goals in the Swedish Cup. That's pretty good. So fairly happy with that signing. So then we've also brought in a Swedish youngster to give us a little bit of cover at the back. He's not the best at heading. He's not tiny, but he just isn't very good at heading the ball, so it's probably not going to go in the right direction, but he should be able to get his head to it because he's got a 12 in jumping reach. So that's probably his downside. You look at things like concentration, composure, those things that mean that he will be, he will be involved in the match. He won't be thinking about how many bottles of Coke he's got in the fridge currently. Also, his positioning stats look really, really nice. So I'm happy with him as well. He's only 2.5 star at the minute, but you feel he's going to develop into a bit of a beast. He's on loan from Norrköping, so we're developing him for him. And then on loan from Inter, £81,000 a month. It's a chunk. It's a chunk, but another decent central midfielder who I thought, because we've got a big chunk of transfer budget, and I look at this guy, and he's only 19, and he looks like, he's got 16 long shots, which I'm happy with that. We're not so good here, but everything else looks pretty good. Those physical stats look absolutely immense. So, and look at 17 work rate. Brilliant. All these sort of stats in this area here, which are really, really important for a player. He has them all. So I think he's going to do a decent job as well. So I think 4 good players have come in. We've let go of a number of players who were not so good anymore. The squad itself looks like this. It's not bad, is it? It's not bad. 3 loan players have come in. As you can see, I think it's Rashid, this lad, the guy from Norrköping. I don't quite know how I've done that, but I think we have agreed a transfer. I don't remember actually doing that. It seems to suggest something's happening anyway. Joining Orebro 30th of them. So he seems to be joining us at the end of the season. Not entirely sure why. But I think the squad looks pretty damn good. I'm interested to see how Marquis is done. So, as I've said, we come back in the Cup. And the reason we're doing that is because we qualified from Swedish Cup Group 2. Did it in a slightly more complex way. So we absolutely smashed Trelleborg's 7-1, which was a great result. Looked really good. Then we played Hammarby. Just to show you the stats on this. it was a 0-0 result, but 21 shots, 8 on target. Their goalkeeper was a bit of a star for them. So yeah, we should have done better. And then against the team with a long name, we took the lead and they scored late on. I wasn't happy about that, but we are now coming back against Malmo, and this will be a good test to see what the season is going to look like, as Malmo are always going to be up there 4th or 5th or maybe higher. So I think if we can get a good win over Malmo, that would be immense. But if we can beat Malmo, actually the group itself doesn't look that scary. It's the only team that's in any way scary is Djurgårdens, and that's it. AIK are out, everyone else is out. So let's see what we can do. Could we win the Swedish Cup? Could we finish it off with a Swedish Cup victory? That would be kind of cool if we could. We've had one final, which is a little bit disappointing. Team itself, we have gone here with a slightly more defensive role, because I just felt that attacking midfielder, we weren't using it very well. I think Alamari, he started well, but he struggled a little bit. So, well, you might go back to it, but we will see. So up top we have Marquis, the new guy. Mbengwe is on the right side with a Linie on the left. Kometsi, the African guy we brought in, is in there with Nielsen. 2 new players in there. Gustafsson just behind Callie on the left, and Christiansen on the right of defence, with Anderson and Ledoux in the centre, and Stromfeld in goal. The reason Samare's not playing is he's got a bit of an injury, but he is playing very well as always. So let's see what we can do in our final season, unless there's some exceptional circumstances with Orebro. We'll keep an eye on the job market this season and see what comes up, and if it looks like things aren't going well, we can always sort of look to make the move. I think it's the right time. I've absolutely loved it here, but I feel, it's getting a little bit stale, and we don't need staleness, but I would love to go out with a bit of glory. Right then, so here we go. We've started 6 minutes into the game, and are Malmo going to cause some chaos? We've managed to defend that one quite well, but the chance is still there. And somehow the ball doesn't go in the back of the net. It looked like it hit the back of the net and then came out and the goalkeeper caught it. I'm saying nothing. Maybe I was the only one who saw that. So Malmo have started this quite well, and we're not creating too much. Defensively, it is an area we're struggling with. What a save that was. Yeah, I don't like this. I'm going to work the ball in the box off. I wonder if that's hurting us a little bit. And I'm going to go... yeah, the run-off. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do a couple, three changes there. I know that's probably 3 changes, or 2 changes too many. But I think we're trying to do too much here. We know we've got a player with really good long shots on the pitch now. Mbengwe here. Oh! Oh, what a chance that was. Oh dear. Well, we get to half time. We're motivating them, that's good. We need to be a little bit better in this second half. I'm thinking maybe of going 2 up top, because we are being a little bit toothless. We've got Gustafsson, who's a very, very good player. But who do we keep on? Nielsen or... Well, Nielsen's having a bad game, so decision made. So we have to feel that I actually want to go that way round. Attacking playmaker there. Bring Pettersson on. It's not quite his preferred role, but do we bring on Gustafsson but have him playing... There we go. It's a less defensive minded team, but we'll show some passion at this point and we'll see what we can do with this. Helsingborg, you can see they're 2-1 up in their game. I'm not sure if we're going to go through and play them if we get through this or whoever wins this. I don't know if that's been decided or whether there's another draw. We've had a few more shots, but it's not. Do we go positive? Just try and push through. Right, it's a chance right at the end of this game. Johansson. We've been better. There's more chances in this second half, but we've not seen many of them. But Linier has got it. Can he play the ball? Beautiful ball in there. It's Mbangwe. It's Marquis. Oh no! Oh nuts! Oh, that felt there was a chance there. Johansson there. Beautiful pass there. Oh no! Beautifully done, Claudio. It's been a tight old game of football. I don't think we deserve to lose this in normal time, and it looks like we haven't necessarily done that. But what's happening here? Another chance, is it? Stromfeld. He's going to play it short, and that's the way we like to do it. Nicely done, Gustafsson. And that's it. It's 0-0, and we are going into extra time, I think. Yeah, extra time. I've made one substitution, so there's a lot of things we could do in this second half. Well, a nice start. Kamatsi, he went hard into that challenge, and oh, but he's lost the ball eventually. Tried a little bit too much there. Rakitic run through the defence and he's put the ball wide. Thank God for that. Alright, what can we do? Who can we bring on? I mean, there's Alstrand, who is always an option. I wonder if Huge down the right side is also a very good option. I think that's not a bad idea. It gives us a little bit more legs down this right side, and we know that's an important place for us. Ellie, and the ball is through, and we've got it again. Pettersson, it's long, but we've lost it. It's Kamasi. He's through. Oh, that's an awful finish. Oh dear. The chances that we've bloody had. Straight into Stromfeld's large gut there. I'll demand more. And Bangway. Is it another chance on this end? He's beaten his man. Absolutely didn't mean to do that, but he has. But didn't manage to get the ball in again. We're struggling to get that pass in. Maybe I need to change the way we're actually crossing the ball. Hansen, is this still a chance? They're teasing us with this. Come on. You know they are going to score here, aren't they? You feel it coming. I feel it in my fingers. There it is. That's frustrating. The chances we've had, I don't know why we're not striking the ball harder. We're just weak little shots back to the goalkeeper. Well, we have to be going more attacking here, don't we? What can we do? Linier. Do we go with that? Put Mbengwe on an attacking. Right. So finally, there's a goal in the game. We're going to go attacking. This probably opens us up to the counter attack, but we'll see. Looks like they're going to get the chance. and a beautiful bit of play there. So defensively we've looked okay. Just one goal is all it took. Again, we look like we're having to work hard for the to actually get the ball in the back of the net, and that's frustrating. Come on, guys. One last chance, please. One last chance. We're going to get it? No. A 1-0 loss in extra time. I think it's a fairly good performance. I think it really shows that we have potential. But again, what it highlights is that we are really struggling to finish the chances that we create. We had some really good chances and we didn't put any of them in the back of the net. And that is the biggest worry of all. Because we need to be able to do that, and that's the problem we've had in the last couple of games. But hopefully, when we get into the season, that won't be an issue. This is just the cup. This is the warm up. Well, we're out of the cup. You know, we don't want to be distracted by that, but you know, you guys get to see a bit of cup action. That's good. So we're going to come back, another game against Helsingborg. We'll do that against Helsingborg, and we'll see how we get on against them. Thank you very much for dropping by. Let me know what you think of the team, whether you think we can do it this year. If we can start scoring, I might have another look at goal scorers, see if we can bring someone else in. We've got the money to do that. I think that's probably what we need to think about. We've got a lot of sort of nice midfield players, but they're not creating clear enough opportunities, and we're not putting them in the back of the net, which is a bit annoying. Anyway, thank you very much. If you enjoyed the video, please like it. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe, and I will see you next time at the start of the season. Thank you very much. Goodbye.